Hello and welcome to episode 437 of DCP Plus Side Quest Podcast. I got a question for you, Fran.
No, wait. No. First, I got a question for you.
No.
This doesn't have anything to do. No. You do it every week and you save it. Don't forget what you're going to ask because I'm sure it's much better than what I'm going to ask. But just,
Okay.
I'm going to say one word.
Uh-huh.
And does it mean anything to either of you? Bungie.
Bungie?
Yeah.
Like B-U-M-J-I?
Nah, close. There's an E at the, no, G-I-E at the end.
Bungie?
Close.
Like bungee jump?
Yeah. The best part is neither of them know, but one of them should.
No, I don't know what
knows,
this
I
is,
bet.
but I am curious.
You really don't?
Bungie.
I will tell you after you ask me the question.
No,
you can ask
no,
us,
I
so.
gotta know. I can't live the
I think we
next
should
few
keep you
minutes.
waiting. I just want to see if it pops into your head, actually. I feel like we should go over it after, because it's an easy answer.
Is this like a derogatory, like a name for Bungie? Like Bumgie? Like
I
these guys are
mean,
bums?
it could be,
Is
but
it,
apparently it's not.
is it when you bungee jump, but like attach it to like anal beads?
It's when you bungee. It's when you bungee jump with no
It's
pants.
not
So
this
just
com-
see your white ass fly down.
I didn't invent this term. One of you did, actually. And it's not
What?
not this complicated. Yeah.
Really?
Okay, but what was your question, Briar? I'll tell you.
This must have been Myling, because all the Australian like slang are you just had E to the end of something.
I love it. I actually love where this is going, to be honest, but
Fran, did you
Yes.
know that the US government launched a manhole cover into space in the 1950s?
how did they launch? Like in what do you mean by launched?
So, do you remember
You make it sound like they took it off the ground and
Yep.
made it go all the way to space from that
Bingo.
location.
Bingo. That's
No
what
way.
happened. Yeah. So
When?
you remember? Like, you don't remember this, but like you've heard that there are all these like nuclear tests in the
Yeah.
50s, right? And they did them in the deserts
Mhm.
of
Yeah.
Nevada.
Oh man. Yeah. Nevada for sure. And then I thought there were some other locations, but
So the people of the United States didn't like that they were doing like open air nuclear testing. So in their infinite wisdom, the U.S. government decided, well, we'll do it underground. We'll drill a hole down into the ground, then we'll fill it up with concrete, just so it doesn't like escape,
yeah.
and we'll seal it off with a manhole cover. And just in case anything goes wrong, we'll put a high-speed camera pointed at that manhole cover so we can see what happens if something does go wrong.
It sounds like something that, minus the nuclear capabilities that like a group of like 12-year-old boys would do.
Yeah, right?
Like our solution is we're going to blow something up underground.
Right.
Don't worry, I got a fail-safe. I put a camera in case anything goes wrong. That's as far as they thought this through.
Nothing's going to go wrong, but if it does, we got a high-speed
Yeah.
camera so we can put it on
We'll
YouTube.
keep an eye on it, as if that would do anything.
So,
No way.
of course, the manhole cover gets launched, right? Because the nuclear weapon was just exploded in a tunnel like below it, right? It fires the manhole
Yeah.
cover off, and they consult the high-speed camera, and they can't calculate how fast it was going, but they can calculate the minimum speed at which it was going, which was 110,000 miles per hour.
What? I'm Googling this guy. I'm like, I still can't believe this. It was like a manhole cover, I guess, as part of Operation Plum Bob.
Plum Bob.
That is insane. Like, what would have happened if it didn't get into space? This could have, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, could have landed on somebody.
I mean, anything falling back down, from that level.
Yeah.
It could be like a small, like a penny, right?
Yeah.
I forget how fast the potential.
I think that hits
It's
like a.
like you sending me down these rabbit holes because now I'm getting recommended debunking the nuclear-powered manhole cover.
It
10
was
months
it.
And the title is I Did the Math.
I did the math, but I mean,
And now this is a 13-minute video that I'm going to have to watch.
This is crazy.
right? Think about 110,000 miles per hour.
Oh God.
Anyhow, so what's a Bungie?
I mean, you can't. Oh yeah. So for those waiting, Briar, you came up. It had to be you, right? You did. Have you seen the thumbnail on YouTube? All right. Last week's DCP live. Bungie
misspell
CEO.
Bungie.
Bungie CEO retires. Which, by the way, I kind of thought was a brilliant double
It kind of
entendre.
works because he's
Yeah.
retired. He's a
The
bum now.
Bungie CEO. And I was like, I can't tell if he did this on purpose or not, so I gotta find out.
Not changing that.
No, I mean, I was checking out YouTube. I was like, huh. I'm pretty sure it's a typo, but it's a really good one. Wow. Yeah. So it was only Watts and I on last week. We had a good time, but we missed Briar's touch. We still got it. You know, we missed you too, of course, Mylan. But he brought Bungie to the party.
Oh, I got
so-
a story from me being absent last week.
Oh, do tell.
Yeah.
Are there any flying manhole covers?
Well, I
Is there any
almost
Bungie
restarted we're getting close. I almost restarted the war with the emus.
I don't
Do
think I
tell.
ever heard
Okay.
about your war with emus.
So we
must have
went
missed this.
camping. Well, it was kind of camping, kind of not camping. Actually, it was a caravan park, but they had camping sites. And they also had emus there that you could feed. And Leo
Yeah.
hadn't really seen an emu before. So as we were approaching the emus, I was letting him know about the story of the emu war and how we need to be very careful of emus because it might re-spark a war.
They know
And,
about
Technically,
that,
I
apparently.
believe they are the current rulers of your nation. I mean, under law, they won the last war.
That is why they're on our emblem. That's why they're on our coat of arms. Not a joke. We got emus and kangaroos. And we had these pellets that you give them, and we initially were just holding your hands there, but hold your hands flat. But kids can't always do that, and they're getting a little bit scared. And as I was getting the pellets out, the emu put his neck into the little pouch of pellets I had,
Yeah.
and started eating like that. And
Yeah.
so you didn't have to hold your hands. I thought, oh, that's Leo can hold the pack of pellets like that, and emu, and he was giggling his face off and laughing. Then after a few, getting the pellets, the emu started going,
a couple nibbles. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
it's choking.
That's
Wait, it was
a
choking
big
it.
choking hazard.
And I was like, oh my God, the emu's
Did
choking.
you kill an
We're
emu?
gonna kill an emu by feeding it too many emu pellets.
Oh my god.
And then it started coughing up all the pellets. I'm like, oh God. And Leah didn't really notice, but all the adults are looking at each other going, oh my God, please don't die.
Yeah, that would be very
It was
traumatic
fine.
for a kid.
It was fine. It eventually coughed up the pellets, and we're like, okay, we got to get back to feeding off our palms now, because obviously they're too stupid, they eat too much. But yeah, I could see the glint in its eye, and it may have said, "I'll get you," as it walked off.
You just
I will
started
get you.
the emu war 2.
2.0.
Matt, when you get to wake up in a dark room with like a feed bag wrapped around you and just
Yeah,
like
how do
a
you
bunch
like
of emus all standing around you, just looking at you with a feed bag over you under a bright light. Your turn,
Yeah.
MFer.
I can potentially bring up some footage of this almost occurring, but it just
Oh,
takes
yes,
a little
please.
while to load. But yeah,
Mm.
we had we thought we were going to have a great time, but that was the moment that Leo decided to turn into the Hulk for the entire weekend, and he
Ugh.
fought with his
Well,
cousin.
He's like, my whole country has
Oh,
been at war
no.
with emus for the last 100 years, and I almost single-handedly took one out as a 3-year-old. So I got this.
Yeah. Easy.
I am
Easy.
a Superman.
Yeah. It was you know that meme where it's like, I love holidays. I like taking my kids other places where they can be ungrateful. It's perfectly summarized. I came back. I needed a holiday from my holiday. I was like, oh God. So glad I'm back at work.
I can relax.
Makes it easy when it's playing video games for a job. That's for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Speaking of
I'm
the
gonna have
Emu
to bring
War,
up
we
these
talked
videos in a second.
years ago about there was a movie coming out. That movie did come out. It came out in 2023. I just looked it up. It's called The Emu War, so it's easy to find. It's based on the infamous Great Emu War of 1932. A ragtag platoon of soldiers are driven into a brutal and bloody battle against Australia's deadliest flightless bird.
Emus. I actually hadn't really heard the emus not talk, but like what the whatever they do, it's really deep.
Is
When
it?
emus like yeah. I guess it's not squawking, whatever you call like a giant flightless bird. It's like that a growl. It's like a growl almost.
It's not quite a tweet. It's more like a toot.
Yeah, it's more of a twoot. Yes. Correct. Oh, okay. Here you go. Okay, I'm getting an emu war for you.
This is of it nearly choking.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you sure you want to make
Almost.
evidence
This
of
is-
this public?
I'm probably not, but yeah, it didn't die, so we're okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, here we go.
I was listening to what emus sound like right as you said this, but yeah, that is it's like indigestion.
All right. Oh yeah. Oh, he's going right
dang,
after
that
it.
thing's just going to town. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it,
Yeah.
and then it. So
And then it almost choked.
I mean, I can see
wisely
why,
turned off the
emu.
camera.
Yeah. I mean,
Slow
yeah, the
your-
wife was filming. She's not the best. She didn't
Yeah.
really capture the emu. But yeah,
Slow
that's
your
the big
roll,
emus.
emu.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, those are big birds,
Yeah.
man. Big
They're
birds
big
with
birds,
small heads.
Yeah. Oh, apparently they're stupid. They're very stupid.
Well, they beat you in a war.
Just inhaling.
They did.
Watts not able to be here, obviously. But she wanted to make sure that we mentioned Shinobi.
Oh yeah.
I concur with.
Here we go.
You gonna read her statement?
Do you have
Did
the
leave a
official
statement.
statement there while I play
Yeah.
the trailer in the background?
Yes, I got it.
Shinobi Art of Vengeance, which comes out tomorrow, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know why it comes out Friday. Like, I wanted to play it today. I spent the last week thinking I was going to get to play it today before the podcast.
mean-
Honestly,
Is it not out in like a couple hours though, kind of thing?
yeah, but that's not before the podcast.
Right. No, yeah, it doesn't solve that problem.
It does look
But it'll
cool.
still kind of be today. You can play
It is
before
cool.
bed,
I
yeah.
played the demo. The demo is free. It is amazing. Graphically, it looks awesome. This is made by the same guys who made the Streets of Rage 4. Geez, that must have been 5 years
yeah,
ago
that's
now, right? But that was really good. But this, I feel like this is next level. This really feels outstanding. This doesn't feel, you know how like the Ninja Gaiden game that just came out, was that called Ragebound? That feels like a continuation of like Ninja Gaiden as a series, and it feels retro. This feels like they took retro concepts, but put them into a modern game. You know, like it just is outstanding. It looks great, it plays great.
Yeah,
You
it
get
looks
so
pretty
many
sick.
movement options. And I think it's really built in a clever way. It's not a Metroidvania, it's a level-based game, but each level is like a little bit of Metroidvania where you got to explore the level to uncover all the secrets and all the power-ups and stuff.
Yeah.
Which I think is really cool.
I like the sound of it. I
not
prefer
like
that.
super backtracking to like
Yeah, I
level
don't-
1 after spending 20 hours playing
Right.
the game.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't that's great to hear. I don't want every game to be that. I'm just exhausted by it, you know.
Yeah, I could
Even
do
as
one
great
of
as they
those
can
a
be,
year,
but it's like-
usually. Like
Yeah.
a real Metroidvania. One of those a year.
Like, you know, when you're examining a map for collectively like 4 hours of the experience,
Yeah.
which is normal for those. Like, if you really add it
Yeah.
up, right, it probably is like 4 hours of looking at a map, like, oh yeah, I don't think I've been
you know-
back there.
There's
That-
always one
That's
spot
why I
at
liked
least.
Prince.
Go ahead.
That's why I liked Prince of Persia that had the photo mode that added to your
Yes.
map.
That should be a
Yes,
standard.
innovative
That
feature.
should be a standard
good.
feature of every Metroidvania moving on.
Yeah.
In fact,
Game
any
should-
game that has a map, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, it is
Because let's face it,
completely
most of the
innovative.
time you're like, oh, you realize you need to go back to that spot, but half the game is working out where that spot was
Yeah.
and where you saw it.
Yeah. And like
Um,
so many games have like, oh, here is an obvious dead end where there's like I was blocked progress, but obviously need to go further. But what I needed to get past that, I don't remember because that was 15 hours ago, maybe weeks ago, depending on how quickly I'm playing through this game. I have no idea what's over there.
I do want to
So
read
Watts.
Watts' official statement on
Yes.
this because otherwise she may attack us.
I don't want
Shinobi
that.
Art of Vengeance is one of the best 2D combat games you can get your hands on. Art's amazing, music is banging, levels super well designed, and it's 26 buckaroos.
Yeah.
Play the demo. It's good. Watts 2025.
Yeah. I totally concur. I've only played the demo. The demo is outstanding. The game comes out tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to it. I have watched some reviews on it, and everybody's been pretty glowing.
Did you play the demo on Steam?
Can't remember if I played it on Steam or PS4. I think I might or PS5. I think I played it on PS. I played it on PS5 and I played it on the Switch. The Switch version looks like kind of gross. Not good.
Wow.
Well,
Read my mind, dude. This was all a setup to ask is like, well, with the way the style of the game looks, like I'm sure it looks really nice in higher fidelity and on bigger screens, but like you could play it on Switch, but there's not a Switch 2 version.
No.
Bummer. And apparently that's a reason to be bummed. It doesn't look that great on standard.
It plays.
God dang it, man.
It plays okay. And wouldn't this be like a great Switch 2 game?
Yes.
Yes. But
so
it's only got a Switch 1 version. This probably has something to do with, I keep hearing stories about developers complaining that it's impossible to get Switch 2 dev kits for some reason. Like Nintendo's being
there was some
stingy about
reporting
it.
on that. Yeah, Digital Foundry was talking a bit about that. I don't know if there's been even more reporting before or after, but it wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, if dev kits, right, they were hard to get a hold of around launch. When you look back, that was only a few months back, and so, but you would think like Nintendo, come on, they've launched so many consoles. It drives me nuts. It's just classic Nintendo. They're like, nah, you'll figure it out.
Yeah,
we're only worried about selling Mario Kart and the system, so. Sorry, like that's Nintendo's attitude. I swear.
I was looking at the Switch 2 today, and I was like, man, there's still not a lot of Switch 2 software available. Like, and like stuff like this would be perfect.
Exactly, and it blows my mind. I don't understand this, like, just laissez-faire attitude. That like, nah. Other than their own stuff, obviously. So.
Yeah,
same with like only launching Mario Kart World. We've talked about this in the past. It grinds my gears. Like, they're just never gonna not be Nintendo. I mean, love them or hate them.
Yeah, both. I have both emotions about Nintendo.
Yes, Metroid will hopefully come out and be awesome, but like, it's just it's silly. This is such a perfect game, and that's you read my mind.
Yeah, I pre-ordered this game physically because I wanted to get like a copy of it. And I initially had ordered the Switch version because it's like, oh, this is a perfect game to play on the Switch. And I played the demo and I canceled my pre-order for the Switch version. I ordered for the PS5. So I'm like, this ain't it here.
There you go.
Ragebound is kind of the same way. Ninja Gaiden Ragebound is kind of the same way. The Switch version runs at 30 FPS, which is not great for a 2D action game.
No, we don't need that in our lives at this point. Like, many of those games in the past ran at 60i, on CRTs and whatnot. Like, I mean, come on, or 5994. Anyway, is what they ran at, I think. Yeah,
it's not to be specific about it, but
not to to get into the weeds. No progressive scan on a lot of that stuff, I don't think.
59.
But yet,
94.
Yeah, I think it's 5994. I should know that, obviously, for 480i and all that. Anyway, awesome to hear that Shinobi is good.
Yeah.
Good for Sega. I mean, that's that as well, right? Sega.
Yeah. Again, also like Sega and Nintendo right now have a pretty good relationship. It would seem from the outside. Sega's putting a lot of games out on the Switch. I don't know.
Just release a Dreamcast handheld at this point if Nintendo's not going to get it together. I mean,
don't threaten me with a good time, Fran. I'll take a Dreamcast handheld.
He's so good.
Although I think all of my favorite Dreamcast games,
the handle's awful.
Oh yeah, it is. It's a terrible controller.
It's terrible. It cuts into your hand like It's crazy, whatever that thing was.
Yeah, it was.
I
It
always
was
say,
kind
man,
of
it was
okay at the time, but now, in retrospect, it's awful.
it was like somebody picked up their toy TIE fighter and was like, I kind of like this. And let's just put some buttons between these two crazy wings that are cutting into my palms. And let's make a controller out of it.
And then Xbox took that button layout. So that button layout is like a holdover from the Sega Dreamcast, which is why all three of the major console manufacturers have different fucking button layouts.
Yeah. Do you think they did that just because they provide the OS for Dreamcast? So they're like, well, we feel attached to this button layout. You know what I mean? Like, why was Microsoft attached to that button layout of all layouts? But I think that's it, right? Dreamcast was some pared down version of Windows 98, I think, right?
Yeah, it was called like Windows CE, I think.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. The collector's
It even had a Windows sticker on the front.
Oh, yeah, totally. I like Windows Collector's Edition now that I said it out loud. I don't know what that stood for. So I think it was Console Edition or something, but I like the idea that it's Windows Collector's Edition.
I have all of my collector's editions of Windows going back to Windows 3.1 for work groups. I have them saved in plastic cases.
No,
Windows NT is a collector's item now.
Oh, yeah.
Anyhow. Yeah. Switch 2. What the heck?
Yep. The heck Switch 2.
Yeah.
Sorry, I will say, I think every time you bring up anything remotely related to Switch 2, I have the same line of commentary. So you just have to stop me sometimes. Clearly, like, I've been playing Donkey Kong, by the way. Oh, yeah, you weren't here for that. I was talking about it a little bit. Have you got to play Donkey Kong Bonanza?
I have gotten to play. I'd love to hear what you think about it, though.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, since we were talking about Switch, we can make it fast, I guess. We talked about it a bit last week, and yeah, so DK Bonanza, I've played quite a bit of. I was playing it on the road while I was traveling, and it was actually really nice for that. I can now say that, like, yeah, it looks nice regardless. I started playing it back on, like, my monitor here, which is, you know, full 1440p and all that, and I'm like, oh, yeah, it definitely looks just like the way the motion blur and all that works, the sharpness. It's much nicer on a real monitor than the actual Switch 2. It's a real bummer that, you know, that LCD is not great. Still looks nice, but I was like, yeah, it's a little, it's like a fast moving game, right? It just feels a little soft.
Looking forward to the OLED version of Switch 2 already.
Yeah. But the game itself is, I feel like it's this ADHD action platformer. It's just like constantly like, ooh, banana. You turn around, it's like another banana every 3 seconds. But like, that's the game. And there's some addiction in there for sure. You're like, well, maybe I'll find one more banana, you know? But I definitely have not gotten to this magical, like, oh my God, this game is masterful Game of the Year material that a lot of people were talking about. Have you?
Yeah. No, I haven't hit that at all. I thought my first like probably 2 minutes with the game were my favorite 2 minutes, where I was just like bashing things like like a teenager, like with pots and pans, or not a teenager, like a toddler with pots and pans, just like da da da, and like that was like the ultimate fun I had with that game. And the more I explored it, the more I was like, this is like in the vein of like the oldest of school 3D platformers, a collectathon, and that's kind of like what I didn't like about those oldest 3D platformers, right? And I was like, there are some interesting puzzles and there's like some interesting things to do, but like I just don't want to dig for bananas.
Yeah, and it's interesting as you go on, like that becomes a lot, you know, more straightforward and like optional even. And the levels do really start to open up, and it definitely gets more like Super Mario Sunshiny and Galaxy, and like a little more along those lines, which is good. And that's what I'm seeing right now. I mean, I'm fairly into it, so I'm kind of wondering when and if it really turns some corner. But still, it's a lot of fun. It is very enjoyable, but I just haven't seen this like, oh my God, you know. Well, yeah, like by comparison, Astrobot, you know, Sony's action platformer, different in a lot of ways, but it's just like instantly very whimsical and fun, and it's these short levels that are just really enjoyable with like a lot going on.
Mechanically dense though too. It's like you're constantly like doing new stuff, and like you're constantly surprised by like how they've like created the levels. Like even if you like if they're like just grayscale levels and there's like none of the Sony branded stuff, like it was still like it's still interesting just like navigating and like figuring out like what the next challenge is.
Mhm.
And I haven't gotten to that part in Donkey Kong. I do kind of pick it up and plug away at it for like half an hour at a time, but it just doesn't grab
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing. But I have been enjoying. But yeah, same. That's a good way to put it. It hasn't like grabbed me where I can't put it down. I'm like, well, that was
Yeah.
fun. And yeah, I just love platformer style games. It's got a lot of that, and again, it really starts to open up. And yeah, I mean, I do appreciate all the like voxel smashing stuff. It's definitely a bit different that you can just always kind of like dig into or smash into stuff. Like everything is breakable, and there has a lot of like physics and stuff along with it, which I very much appreciate. But yeah, we'll see. Oh, but I did want one last note on it was I feel like it runs worse stocked.
Really?
And I'm like, I think so. I mean, this is anecdotal and I haven't but when I got back, I feel like I started seeing all of this like slowdown because I feel like the
Interesting.
higher resolution is an issue, is probably what it is, which was funny because I thought it was going to be the opposite where it like would smooth out. But there's slowdown and some frame issues and whatnot in the game. So there's actually a boss that I ran into. I was like, I can't believe that this like passed. They're like, yeah, well, whatever. It's kind of a little busted, but you get by, like
Yeah.
because the game runs at 60, but then, I think this boss is like practically all 30, just like coughing. Like, I can barely like struggle to get these frames out.
Yeah. I think I know the boss you're talking about. I think
Yeah.
like the boss animations sometimes run like 10.
Yeah, it has slowdown and frame rate issue. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Like I can see why people like it. I don't want to like
Yeah, no,
people have different tastes.
I do like
too.
it. Yeah, I actually do enjoy it quite a bit. And I wish this game had launched day one and had been a premiere like day one title, because it is a good like this is what we're about. This is Switch 2, voxel tech. So it's exciting on a lot of fronts, but like. I guess part of it was I'm commenting mostly on all those reviews. How there's a lot of 10s and 9s and lauded reviews, and so you can't get that out of your brain as you play it. So.
Yeah. There's a Nintendo curve, I think, on some reviews.
Yeah, I keep wondering if it's because it has a lot of homage to DK Country and like DK 64 even and stuff. Like and it is just and the fact that it's like a DK platformer is really nice.
Yeah.
To finally have that 3D, so I think some people just fell in love with like dropping into some dungeon, secret level, if you will, and it's like, oh my god, it's just like DK Country. They took the inspiration. You're like, yeah, but it's not. But I don't know if that's what it is, but hard to say without finishing it, which I will. And then we can talk more.
I don't know that I ever will. I might.
I don't think you will. If I'm a betting man, put that next to Pikmin. That's never happened.
I've never even opened that game. On the other on the other end of the like total spectrum, I finally have gotten around to playing Clair Obscura Expedition 33. Man, what a fucking downer.
Hey, no spoilers. I haven't played it yet. It's
a downer? I mean,
oh my god. There's some sad people in this game.
Oh, yeah.
It's just French.
Yeah.
Boy, is story. It. Emotional.
Yeah.
But I mean,
do you like the gameplay?
Yeah, the hype is pretty real on this one. Like this is a pretty extraordinary game. Like it really plays with some of the aspects of a turn-based RPG in really fun ways. The combat,
funny how just that little change makes it like a completely different experience for an RPG.
It really does. Like I'm 15 hours into the game, so usually it takes longer than this, but like at some point during a turn-based RPG, I kind of want to just like get through it. Like I just want to see how it ends. Like I want to like see what the story, how they're gonna wrap up this story. But the combat has become so rote, that I just don't care to do it anymore. Like if there was like an auto press X button, like a turbo on my controller, that I could just like hold it down and just like cruise through the battles, I would, because it the mechanics have become so boring. Not in this game, in a lot of RPGs, right?
Oh, I was gonna say, are we airing this one or not?
No. So like, what is like Tales of something I played a couple years ago, and like I was into the story, but I just got so bored with the combat. I ended up putting the lowering the difficult down to easy mode, just like cruising through the combat
Yeah.
because
This is one of those ones where you have to pay attention during the combat,
you have
which
to
is
pay
really interesting.
such close attention, and you're constantly learning new parry windows, and
Yeah.
like you're looking at you're getting new abilities, and you're trying to like make new combos, and the difficulty curve is so spot on to like how much you're progressing. So far, I'm only 15 hours in. So this might go at 30 hours. It might be just like, oh, you've got to go grind for 10 hours just to progress. I don't know. But at 15 hours, it just seems like the difficulty curve is just maintaining a perfect pace with like my natural flow of progressing my characters as I go, as opposed to like, oh, I feel like I got to like just kind of like walk around in here and grind for a bit just to keep up and stuff like that. But even when you get into a fight that you're kind of overmatched in, if you're good enough, you can get through it by just not getting hit. You know what I mean? Like you just like dodge everything or parry everything and get through it, you know? And
it's
which
funny
makes
on the
what's that?
I was just gonna say on the difficulty, it's funny because that's what I heard. It was interesting to hear what you were just saying because I heard a lot of people getting outside of the bounds, so to speak, and getting real far and doing stuff that was really difficult, but they were like, I was able to like parry my way through it.
Yeah. Yeah, you could always do that. Like, and sometimes you think you're getting your ass kicked during a fight, but you pick up on the timing of the parries during the fight, and you can make these like amazing comebacks because all of a sudden this boss can't hit you anymore. You know, it's pretty fun. It's really interesting, and the story it's intriguing. They talk a lot though. They talk a real lot, and they talk about like
but it's not. I don't feel like it's boring dialogue. Sometimes I feel like games is like, oh, like shut up. I feel like it was mostly engaging.
I don't know, man. I had a conversation where I had to ask somebody, "Do you like dogs or do you like cats?" And I'm like,
"Oh,
this is what we're gonna talk about right now."
Yeah, but you don't have to do that one. You don't have to do that stuff. That's
you
like
do if you want the reward for it, and the rewards for it are pretty good.
Yeah, there is a bit of that in the campsite stuff, getting to know your companions and stuff.
Yeah, and there's a lot of it. But I don't know. So far, I'm really enjoying it. I'm 15 hours in. It definitely has like a completely different feel than a regular turn-based RPG. Like just adding the parry mechanics, and each character, like you really have to like understand what each character is doing because they all have their own mechanics. And then pairing the characters up and putting them in the right order. So like one of them can use like a burn mechanic, and that switches the stance of another one if they're hitting somebody that is burning, and like you can like stack damage that way. It's pretty interesting. I'm liking it so far. It is a little bit melancholy though. Like it's not like we're not doing God of War over here.
I've been on a rogue light and rogue like binge like all week.
Really?
And I've got some cool games to share. Have you heard of The Bazaar?
No.
It is a deck building PvP rogue like roguelike PvP auto what are they called? Auto battler. Auto battler. I mean, I wish it was on mobile or on Switch, because this would be ones that you would have like on the phone. I ended up doing the Steam link and I ended up accidentally playing it to like 1 a.m. in the morning. But you have like kind of heroes that you pick that have access to different, set of cards. Like this Pigman here, like it's all about buying properties and getting rich, and all the cards involved with him are all like how much money you got. But it is an auto battler, so you end up like you fight real players, but it's like the ghost of a real player. right? So it's their
Oh, really?
their deck at a different time, or I don't know exactly how it works out which decks you fight, but like as you progress through it, and it is like a roguelike, so you get a selection of cards you can choose from, you make a build, and then there's healing, there's shields, there's damage, there's combos. You're trying to like learn everything and take out other opponents as you progress through. It's really fun. It's really addictive. I think it'll be a great game if they bring it to Switch or mobile to sit on the couch with. I got it on Steam, on Steam Link. If you like deck building, roguelikes, I think that PvP makes it interesting because you're versing other players' decks, what they've built on their run.
So you're not
avoids,
it's not like PvPing them directly. You're playing like
a ghost of whatever they built previously. Yeah. I don't know exactly how it does the matchmaking, like, because you've got like so many days to finish your run. I think it's like 10 days or something, and one day you go to a merchant, you can pick cards. The next day you fight AI. The next day you fight a player. Then you go back to a merchant. So like there's elements of like build your deck, fight AI, build your deck, fight a player, build your deck, end the day kind of deal.
So what?
And it goes through that cycle until you can get to the end of the run, or until you get so many losses and it like kicks you out of the run and you start again.
Yeah, and like what? So what do you lose? Like what makes
so
it
you
a
do
roguelike,
have like a total loss meter. So if you lose so many times in a row, it like you end your run, you have to start again. But you've got like health. Is that what you mean?
Well, in other words, you have to start fresh with like everything, like as if you just bought the game.
Yeah, it's a roguelike. So there's
that's
no
what I'm asking.
meta.
So you lose
there's
like
no meta
all
progression.
In other words, yeah. So are you able to keep anything over those days of the run? It sounds
the only
like
thing
you
unlock
You're
is like
building
cosmetics. Now you don't unlock any permanent like cards to like make your builds better. It is a true like
so
roguelike.
Each run is truly fresh.
Everyone's truly fresh. So even though you've got like other people who might have played the game longer and you're like there's PvP aspects to it, like you won't be at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Your disadvantage is just in knowledge of knowing what card you should pick when you get a 3 selection, or if you should re-roll to get another better card. And like I lost all my fights in like the first 5 hours. I'm like, fuck these guys. How does everyone like have better decks than me? And then finally started working out like the synergy and which cards I should be picking, and then started winning, and then started winning rank mode. And I was like, okay, like I get it now. This is, about knowledge. Quite fun. I enjoy it. And I never really played auto battlers because I guess auto battlers is much more of like a mobile scene thing. I think it's kind of a thing. I think like Clash of Clans that's an auto battler, right? Like it's stuff you'd probably not set at your PC and play, but this is kind of great for your phone if you got Steam Link on. That's game number 1 I played.
Mm-hmm.
The next one is also a roguelike and also a PvP, and it's a party game called Bap Bap.
Bat Bat?
And Bap Bap. B-A-P-B-A-P.
Okay.
And so it's this top-down perspective. It looks a little bit like Diablo or Path of Exile or League of Legends. And you have a bunch of heroes, and it is sort of advertised as a party game. So think like oh god.
Oh, it's
Super
free
Smash
to play.
Think free to play. Like think like Super Smash Bros. Whatever. You just you get your friends together. They download it, and you jump into a game together. You can find public lobbies and join them. And the roguelike aspect to it is, if you don't win a round, you get given like 3 cards to choose from to make your build better. So like increase your attack speed, and the winner of each round gets nothing. So if you keep doing well, you actually don't get anything to like build out your deck or build out your character. If you keep losing, you keep getting like, more powerful abilities. You might get damage reduction, you might get attack speed, you might get whatever. Had a lot of fun playing it. If you have a group of friends that don't know what to play, it's like 2 gig to download. It is free to play. It's only cosmetics for monetization. Bap Bap. 1.0 release on Steam. I was just fighting people from chat, and it was a good time. The characters are fun, the music's great, the look is cool. Just go with like goofy PvP really in a roguelike setting, which I think makes it interesting in my mind anyway. And the last one is a roguelite, and this was made by a single person. It's called Voidbreaker.
Oh yeah,
and I mean, nearly everyone was like, "Is this Marathon?" It's got very like neon green Marathon aesthetics.
Totally.
And what's different about this from most roguelites is the building destruction. So it is very like movement based and destruction based roguelike. So think like the finals where you can bring down an entire building. The whole mechanics kind of revolve around bringing down buildings. So when enemies like attack you, you try to throw your grenades, and you try to have like gun builds that will destroy a building and drop it on them, and then they get stunned and they take more damage. And then they kind of combine that with like really big slide mechanics, grapple hooks, grinding, and that. So you're kind of like trying to move around the map and like drop buildings on enemies as you go through. Made by a single developer. Very fun, very insane builds. They have like really interesting synergy. Like I ended up having like a cube gun that did destruction to buildings, and when it ricocheted off walls, it would make 5 more cubes. So you just like walk into a building, like lure all the enemies in there and just start blasting, and the whole building comes down and everything dies. So yeah, big dopamine hits from that. Called Voidbreaker, Void/Breaker. It says 2026 as the release date, but you can play like, I guess, early access at the moment as well.
Yeah.
There you go. It's my roguelite and roguelike binge this week.
Yeah.
You know, I've been avoiding roguelikes now for years because like I played a bunch of them. I don't know, like what was it, Rogue Legacy, and then there's like just a bunch of them came out.
It's so similar. They can be so similar.
Right, exactly. And like Dead Cells, I felt like was like kind of the final one. Is like, this one is really great, but like I'm just done with this pattern. But seeing all 3 of the ones you just showed are all very different, even though you can describe them as roguelikes.
Yeah, I think that's what got me into like showcasing those ones too, because I definitely feel like I hit a wall with roguelites when they follow like a really typical formula of, okay, I've seen this level, like I'm on my 10th attempt at this level right now, and I haven't got like a good run. I'm like stuck on this boss, and I'm kind of just grinding the permanent upgrades.
Yeah.
Where these were all quite different. Like Voidbreaker, even though you redo the same levels, it has so much variability in like movement and like building destruction that you don't get as bored with it as other ones where you feel like you're just doing the exact same thing each time.
Yeah.
And then the other ones have got the PvP aspect, and they're like truly roguelikes where it's just, knowledge you're building each time when you're trying to verse other players, which I think is an interesting way of running it too. And they're kind of on different spectrums of the PvP. Like one is kind of closer to what you'd play with a friend doing Super Smash Bros. And the other one's like people getting pretty sweaty, and like, how people can get pretty crazy with card building games. Like, making sure you're min-maxing every run, like re-rolling stuff. You don't have the right cards, making sure you're purchasing cards early that might be good in builds later, but maybe are poor early in the run. You're like, I don't need this right now, but if I get another card later, this is actually going to have really good synergy. So like, all that process of learning is pretty fun.
How does that card one make money? It's all skins, you said? It's all like cosmetics?
It is a paid, it's like $40 or something on Steam.
Oh, okay. I thought that was free.
Yeah. Bab's free to play. Bazaar is under full price.
I think it's $40, but it's on sale right now, it says.
Voidbreaker is also like $40 or something similar.
Yeah, which is funny because when I saw Bazaar, I was like, this looks like a free to play like mobile game from the design and it being an auto battler type thing. I was like, oh wait, it's on sale for $20, and it's like a $40 game. I was like, oh And you know me, I'm like, that's great to see. I'm like, it
Yeah.
must have some real bones in there. So
Yeah.
that sounds
Yeah.
like it does.
I mean, there is character, like I did see a character you had to purchase today, and it was like $20. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that's a bit. I was like, that's
The
a bit
engineer
steep for already
expansion.
paying to get
Yeah.
into it. But I honestly haven't really looked at the other parts. I've been
Yeah.
having fun enough
Yeah, I
fun with the
wonder.
game.
It's
Um,
interesting because like, that makes me think of like all of the money if you were building like a magic deck and all the money you would easily spend on like packs of cards
yeah.
that you basically wouldn't like most of the stuff in there anyway. And then it's like,
Well,
oh, they're selling like a $20 like I
it's
assume it's like some kind of extra pack, right?
it's a
Like does
character,
the
and then
character
like,
give
yeah. So like the pool of cards that you get given, I think, are weighted towards your character. So like the pig guy that
okay.
I use is all about like property cards and like building wealth and like
Porcine person,
cards that scale.
please.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's a pig. And then like there's a character that like is poison, right? So it's all around like poison decks and like dot attacks and that kind of stuff. So um you can
Oh, they
still
have
get
abilities.
aspects of other people's like cards and relics, but I think the pool of items you get are linked to your hero.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have like
But
abilities, huh? It says,
you
or
you
use the
get
new fly effect to send any item skyward and avoid your enemy's attempts to drag it down for the engineer. Now, I don't know if that's
yes. So
normal.
you also get, so part of the roguelike aspect is, you get 3 cards to select from. You can re-roll those cards, but you also get like skills as well that give you like buffs for those rounds of playing. So it might just be like your leftmost card has additional damage, or your rightmost card has like additional heal, or every time you heal, give like 3 regen, or every time you attack, give a freeze and other items. So you also have other skills you get. I think they might be linked to your heroes too, or like
Yeah,
weighted to
interesting.
having skills that are hero
Yeah, because
based. But I
yeah,
always
it's
like
interesting
card
'cause
games, and I like the aspect of a roguelike because it means you're not fighting people that have spent lots of dollars or lots of hours or
yeah,
something building a deck, and you feel like you're jumping in.
Yeah, it does
You
kind of
know,
make sense for a card game.
yeah. Oh, it's like doing Magic the Gathering, but having like booster packs, right? Everyone opens a booster pack, you pick the best cards out of it, and then you pass it around.
Do you get more cards like as you win, or how do you increase your
No,
deck? No, you just start. You get what you get.
you just got to survive as long as you can, and so if you get kicked out if you lose too many fights before you get to the like day 10 or whatever it is, then you're cooked. You start again.
Oh, it's a pretty good idea.
Yeah. I did play a lot of Risk of Rain 2 and Witchfire, which are both roguelikes.
yeah.
roguelikes.
So you playing my favorite game.
Yeah, Witchfire's great. Had a big update recently. Very Destiny gameplay wise, like movement wise. If you're a Destiny player, it will feel like you're playing Destiny in medieval witch times.
Yeah, Dark Souls.
Dark Soulsy. Yeah, I'm gonna call that an extraction game, but it's not really an extraction
Yeah.
game. It really is. It's a Souls-like rogue light first-person shooter.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Inspired by
Where you-
Destiny gunplay. Mhm.
Yeah, it is incredibly good. It's worth your time as well.
Yeah, to me, it really does remind me yeah, like the format maybe, oh, I go through this portal and I have to do a run and get my experience out or whatever. But it's very close to the feeling of like if I was running around in Demon Souls, but with Destiny gunplay, you know, and all
I
these
honestly
powers
think
and
this
stuff
is
around.
like
It's crazy.
this is the next genre. I think we're probably going to see an explosion in, because we're already seeing roguelite. There's so many roguelites. There's the bazillion roguelites. And then now we're getting like the extraction games coming through, and a lot of them have PvP, and you probably see a lot of people going, I don't want PvP. And I think Witchfire is in that zone where it has extraction elements, but I wouldn't call it an extraction game, but you probably
No.
could market it like that. But
Yeah.
it has extraction elements, but it's a roguelite. It's a first person. And it's souls like too. It's kind of blending all the like
Mhm. Yeah, but you were right. It's like a
hot
roguelike
genres.
run. Yeah, it's like just
Yeah.
because you go on a run, it doesn't have to be extraction, you know. And it sure it
No.
is, but like I mean, other than you leaving your run whenever you want, right? Like it's not. I mean, there are some timers in there too, right? But even then, yeah, there's no PvP, and like it's just like you decide to like pop in a level and
Well,
end it when
it
you
made
want,
me
because you can
think
leave a run
like,
whenever you want, right?
yeah, but that's
Yeah,
kind of the extraction part though, right? Is making your way to the portal.
yeah. And
It
again,
made
like,
me
what
think
I'm
like,
getting
what's the
at it,
difference? What's the difference between a PvE extraction game and something like Witchfire?
I mean, I'm trying to think of another what's another extraction game that is just PvE. You know, I don't play that many of them that are not PvP included. You know, so I don't
No,
know.
I don't know either. I've
That's
got
why
a
I wouldn't
couple on my
use the
list. I
word
want
as
to,
often. Yeah.
yeah, I want to have a look. But I mean, it's interesting because I think PvE extraction and roguelites could have quite a lot of overlap. I think.
Yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
that's
So
kind of what.
Zero Sleep brought up Helldivers 2, and
So you wouldn't even think that's an
that
extraction yet, but it kind of is.
yeah, no, it has that that would be more on the nose. But there you go. Like compare those two. Like that one, you have to like you have like 1 point of exit, right? I mean, that's it. You know where. I mean, you have a few points you can exit from in Witchfire, but anyway, the main point here is like, yeah, it's just branding of stuff these days. Like everything's got to be roguelike, extraction, Metroidvania,
Yeah,
etc. And like I get it, it sets you
just
up, but
marketing.
I feel like we're adding more words these
Yeah,
days because it's like, man, it does so many things. You're like, yeah, it's like you know, it's if you were to like make it more simple, I would say Witchfire is, yeah, I would still use the word a Soulsy, you know, first person shooter RPG um of
yeah,
sorts.
yeah.
But yeah, I get the roguelite thing because you like sort of get abilities and start stacking them, and but to me it just feels like a lot like an RPG. Like you're literally crafting your abilities and all these weapons, and but you do go on runs. So it's a amazing game. I haven't played it in like over a year though, so they didn't ruin anything, did they?
No, if anything, it probably feels a little bit easier. I feel like I was
Mhm.
leveling way quicker or a little bit more. I don't know if that's because I was familiar with the game. I was just doing better because I just started fresh again. There's more guns. There's a new area to go to. New bosses. Fought some new bosses, which are pretty nice.
Is this game under
New
active? Is it
calamities.
like early access or something? It's early
I
access.
Now
believe,
2 years in early access,
Oh wow.
roughly.
yeah, originally on Epic,
Hmm.
and then now on Steam. It's called Witchfire. It is $60 to get early access, so it's
They have a
Yeah,
trailer
if
for the
you,
PS5, so
mhm.
pretty big
It's like, yeah, when you
investment.
say it's what's interesting about it is when you say early access, it was like limited content, but I didn't play it the first year, but starting last year, the polish is incredible. And like when you say Destiny gun feel, you know, that all of that with the Dark Souls vibe, and you're like, wow, like, it's very slick. You know, and you
It
think
is very
going
slick.
into it, it's going to be some like janky roguelite
Yeah,
extraction, weird, and it's very polished. So it went from, you know, I don't know what it was the first year, but even last year, I was like, this is pretty substantial already. You wanted more places to go on a run. And like, I know that they've added quite a bit and they're still
yeah.
cooking for, hopefully it's, I mean, now they got to avoid GTA and all that. So I'm wondering, will it
Well, I
make it
think they're
out
planning for
before?
early next year.
Yeah. They were planning for, I thought maybe the end of this year, but no.
Yeah, so
Anyway,
the
that
only
game's
thing that
fire.
really feels early access is they did release a new map, and my frames were utterly dog shit in that map compared to the
Oh,
previous ones. And they've
hmm.
already kind of addressed to say, like, we got someone already working on it, like it's
yeah.
already improving a lot. And
Yeah.
you
It
know,
seems like,
it's the other map's running perfectly fine.
yeah, I bet you it looks, you're on a 2080 on the PC, right?
TI, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you're on a TI. Nice. But I bet it looks pretty nice when on the other maps.
Oh, honestly, it runs so well. It is the only game I've played since leaving Destiny that feels like Destiny, like gunplay wise.
It's Yeah, it's real good. Again, you know, I've talked about it a lot. Like, I'm just surprised at the level of polish and detail and thought it is. Again, if you like Dark Souls and you like Destiny gun feel, like I say No Land Beyond a lot, and like that the iron sights, like it's got
Yeah.
this all of that though mixed with magic stuff too, and that's the
Yeah.
Dark Souls part of it. In addition to the enemies,
Yeah.
it's so
And the
cool.
boss fights. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you get into like a Dark Souls boss kind of thing, and it's really neat. So yeah, if you're not worried about replaying stuff as it goes to 1.0, where I assume there will be a wipe, then I'd say don't hesitate. You know.
Oh, I
It's
think you'll get
amazing.
your value. I think you'll
Oh,
get your value for
easily.
money out in early access just to give this a shot.
Yeah,
For
I think
sure.
I played it 20 hours last year, you know, and it only had like 3 levels to dive into, and I was like,
Yeah,
this game
I've
has
put
so much
14 hours in
detail.
already. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's like I
Um,
don't know if it's 5 levels now or something, but that's in addition to the hub, which keeps expanding.
yeah,
And
I've just unlocked 4 levels, so maybe there is 5 total. Yeah, I think there's 5 levels total. Yeah.
yeah,
But I think what you people need to know with the levels is like, this is the part that I think they do really well for an extraction game. Is you go in with a plan and you get distracted all the time. There's like hidden ghosts and hidden stories and like secret
yeah,
bosses and like hidden events and like you go in with a plan like I need to kill the witch's familiar, and then all of a sudden you're like fucking fighting a ghost ship, and then
yeah,
following like
yeah,
you'll stumble
it's
upon a
chasing you.
ghost and there'll be like little footsteps on the ground. You follow it to a witch's cave. And then I did like a timed dungeon run. I'm like, okay, I have done nothing that I meant to do in here. And I think
Yeah, but it's always
extraction
worth
games
it
that
too.
get that, well, and I know we like kind of said it wasn't an extraction game, but if I would argue the part that it gets right, similar to extraction games, is like extraction games, I think, are at their best when you go with a plan and there's so much shit going on. You try to survive. You're like, oh my God, like I
Yeah,
need to get out now. Like I've got no health. I've got no bullets. I'm completely beat up. I've used my second life already. And the next calamity is coming in. And I don't know if you've seen some of the calamities. They added one recently, which is insanely cool.
Mm.
And like, I don't even fully understand the system, but from what I've been told, is like this calamity is a giant public event that happens when you make a mistake, and you don't necessarily know what the mistakes are. Sometimes it can be getting hit by bosses. Someone in my chat said a mistake can be you using your melee when it's not fully charged, like what you would call like a misclick, and that can add a point to your like calamity meter.
Yeah, you have a meter for this
Like like a
exactly.
misplay. And when you get to the end of this misplay, this giant, like, consider it like a Doom Hellgate opening, and you just get mobbed by enemies. You need to take out a boss, you need to close the gate down. And often I'm at like, okay, I'm completely beat up. I've got no more
Yeah,
heals. I'm on 1 HP. I'm out of ammo, and I'm 1 point away from this catastrophic event. I'm going to leave and take
yeah,
my points with me and like level up my character, and I'll come back and try again.
yeah,
But
because
it
that's
gets
your
that
experience, your
your
souls you're trying
experience,
to
your
get out with. The
souls.
witch
Yeah,
fire, or
yeah,
what is it called? Witch
yeah.
fire that you come out with?
It's called
Um,
Witchfire. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that was perfectly said because I was like, well, to be fair, after all I said, I'm like, well, you should know when you go on these runs, you get into deep crap and you're like, you just get overwhelmed. And that is the extraction part for sure, where you're like, oh no, how am I going to get out? Like, I don't want to have to like,
That is also like a very soulsy thing, right? But it's just with
yeah,
an extraction gate. It's more like if in a Souls game you could take a portal back to base to secure your souls rather than going to a campfire.
yeah, exactly.
Anyway, Witchfire, it's very good.
Big fun.
7,500 positive reviews on Steam for early access.
Yeah.
I got down with that.
We got a
Sounds great.
lot of Gamescom stuff we can talk about.
Tell me.
Well, I got a bunch of trailers queued. If you want to, we can pull these up as we go through. Hollow Knight, Silksong next week.
Yeah. I can't believe it's coming out
Coming out.
next week. That's not
Yeah.
fair. I'm getting Shinobi tomorrow, and I gotta finish that before the Silksong comes out. Come on, what the fuck?
You got a busy weekend, my friend. You got a busy weekend.
Yeah, I'm going camping again this weekend too. Like, I guess bring
You
the
might have to
Switch with me.
take the Switch with you. You might have to re-get that Shinobi on the Switch.
Or a Steam Deck, baby.
Yeah. I didn't. I played a lot of Hollow Knight, but I actually didn't finish it. I don't think so. But I think it's a fantastic game.
Yes,
True
very good.
Metroidvania. So
Mm-hmm.
can't remember how
Got
many
a big
years.
old map.
How much of
Silksong.
Silksong's kind of zeitgeist is about it just like not coming out. Like, how many people are truly excited about Silksong coming out, and how many people are just like memeing on Silksong's not out yet?
So I actually, it's a good question because it's definitely, there's a big factor of that. There's got to be tons of people just watching and wish listing this one because like everybody has been talking about this. But I also didn't realize that Silksong, I think, sold north of 15 million copies.
The first one
So
did.
it's definitely, yeah, I think it's sold over 15 million copies, right? So
I think
that
Silksong is the most
very
wishlisted game on Steam ever.
Wouldn't surprise me. Per what you just said, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know how Half-Life 3, you know, they just need to put an entry in there for that. That would probably beat it. But without that being available for wish listing, yeah, it recently surpassed like 15 million copies. So it is a huge franchise.
Yeah.
But I would love to see a graph though of those sales. You know how it, you know, it really has.
Oh, I'd love to see that too because it felt like a slow burn.
Yeah, and it's been like people have been talking about Silksong, you know, for so long that like Hollow Knight must have just kept selling based on all that hype.
Yeah,
so.
It really is a fun game. I mean,
yeah, I never played it. I always wanted to.
You didn't play Hollow Knight?
Here we are. No.
Well, just you
add it to the list, Fran.
Just get it done right before the Silksong comes out.
Right,
you know what? After playing all the Erd Tree, you'd probably smash through Hollow Knight.
Yeah, probably. It would be a nice refresher. I'm trying to decide what the next big one is. But Battlefield is coming up. But I was going to say Borderlands 4 is like, man, that's right around the corner. And that's going to be a hefty experience, no doubt.
And PoE 2 is getting an update this tomorrow? Question mark.
Yeah,
Friday?
people keep talking about. There are a lot of people excited. I know you guys are. That's another one like Witchfire that I just decided. Witchfire I tried because everybody, you know, I was like, really? It looks so cool. But Path of Exile, I already know. Path of Exile 2, I know I will like, but I'm just like, I'm going to wait till it's totally 1.0 out.
Yeah, that's fair. I might give it a shot next week because I know a lot of my audience plays it. So apparently there's a lot of good changes in there. So.
Massive update, I guess.
Yeah, massive. Next on the list, Caden. Look, we are in the era of extraction based. Apparently another extraction based third person melee.
Caden?
Yeah, Kaidan.
Oh,
Kaiden?
yeah.
Kaiden?
I think Watts brought
Kaiden?
this up last week. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about this, but
they're trying to find the overlap between games Watts likes and games I like by giving us Soulsy looking extraction based games. I just had a quick look if it was PvE only or PvP, and I think there's two different modes, but look, we don't much know more than that really at this stage. Like the look of it. I think this would be interesting area to watch now that extraction is so kind of the next hot thing, and rather than getting like military extraction games, we're going to get like a blend of other genres. Kind of what I'm excited for. See what they do with it. A little bit like Witchfire. Wishlist that. Black Myth. Do you see this? I don't know how to say it. Black Myth.
Yeah, this is just a CG successor announcement. No
this is
like,
this is what we're
one of those
starting to work on, right?
Yeah. The real question is like, okay, yeah, of course we're going to get another Wukong at some point, and that's what they've told us. And this is apparently like a important date for them, and they always like update the fans every year, and so they felt obligated to say, yeah, we have a successor that's not a sequel. Question to you guys is, I don't know if did you play the first one, and are you like looking for a second one, and if so, like with what?
I really like Black Myth Wukong. I liked it a lot. I know Watts didn't super like it, but I liked that it was kind of a boss rush, more casual, beat 'em up. You know, I know criticism from Watts was like, oh, the environment, you know, is not as exploration as other games that she likes, and
it drove me nuts
that's
too.
kind of why it appealed to me, is I didn't have to spend ages looking around trying to find some obscure pendant that would you know, the panties of despair that would increase my
I forgot about those.
despair immunity. Do you know what I mean? I could just kind
Yeah.
of blast through it and fight some cool bosses. You know, that's why I liked it. So
I don't
look,
think it was, but to be, I don't know if she felt exactly the same way as me. Like it has some of that and it's totally optional. It was the design of the environment. It's like all like Unreal Engine 5, like sandy desert.
yeah, there is a bit of
pasted.
that.
And
There is
I
that,
was like,
sure.
which way am I even going? That was before they added a
Sure.
map. So I assume you played it
Yeah.
without the map thing that they added, which, so I don't know how much better that makes it, but
The map
que-
would
like-
have helped a lot, I think.
was there stuff that you saw in it that you're like, man, I hope they do this in the sequel? Or
Oh, look, I
successor?
just no, I think the epicness of the boss battles I thought was pretty fluid as a beat 'em up rather than anything
Okay.
else. So
Well, for me, I was setting myself up then. I want them to cut the fat. The game was too long. They should have never had that silly unfinished section in there. Like, just ridiculous. The last boss, incredible. And it really bothered me on some of the bosses, like the way the hitboxes and interruption stuff worked. I'd be like, okay, I guess you can hit me and I don't get to hit you. Like, I clearly hit you, you know, and like it just became problematic a lot where I'd be fighting a boss. I'm like, well, I get it. It's kind of arcadey in a sense, but it was
That's
annoying.
tough to deal with.
I hope they really, fix that stuff.
There's a little bit of that in Wu Chang as well.
Mm.
That
Yeah, I mean,
could
it's
be
tough when you
annoying.
have like complex animations and like that's the choice you got to make. You got to figure out how to interrupt them and make it feel amazing. And that's the subtlety and the magic, you know, of a lot of FromSoft games where they do have, you know, a lot of really amazing stuff, but it works. It doesn't feel, oh, it's brutal, but you understand why you're getting hit. And usually when you hit them, it makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Where in this game, like I'd be using like the, 30-foot pole even. I'd be like, clearly that went through you and nothing happened, you know, and I'm like, it just, I did. It
Yeah,
made
I
it
hear
less
what you're saying. There
enjoyable.
were
And
some
the
things
enemies
like
as
that.
well.
I just stopped using those things. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not I'm just not persisting with this skill if it doesn't work. So
Right, sure.
That's fair.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, to put it more directly, like it had a lot of stuff that where I felt like they were playing with Unreal Engine 5, but they did some really cool stuff that it had potential. So I mean, yeah, like the last boss and some of the cutscene work. And I do like high fidelity visuals. Like I liked all that. But yeah, I just thought you could cut the fat of I would have just preferred it was a straight shot, like boss rush, like you were saying, Mylan. But it really wasn't, at least for me. I'd be like, you still had me running around the forest for too long.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm ready. Let's go.
Sure.
Let's get next
Yeah.
thing, you know? But I loved being able to respec in that game. Is the thing I always applauded for. Is like,
Yeah,
let
true.
me try this. It would take me like, 3 minutes. And it was so nice where like, if you go to do that in like Erdtree, like, oh man, I got to go back to the round table. Wait, no, I got to go farm souls or runes. And then I got to go back to the round table to buy a bunch of smithing stones. Okay. Now I'm going to go and respec with the tier. And then I'm going to go back to the, so.
Are you
not
playing
that that's
Erdtree now?
bad, but yeah, I'm finishing it up. So it's very
Just
fresh.
finishing
I'd have a lot to say. I might as well save it till I'm done with it. But
I would hate for Watts to
amazing
miss
in a
that
lot of ways.
conversation.
yeah.
True.
Well, she already knows. She's been in my chat. For the record, I really do love Elden Ring, and Erdtree has got some really incredible stuff in it. But
Elden Ring
Oof,
might be
man,
my
it's-
favorite game of all time. Like it was hugely impactful. I just did not get along with Erdtree.
oh man,
Yeah, it
okay.
was too hard.
Brian, I think I'm going to be done as we roll into next week, so we should just
Yeah.
save it for then
Okay.
because I didn't really. So you did? Did you finish it or?
No,
Erdtree.
I didn't.
Okay, you
I
maybe
got bored with
crashed
it.
out like Mylan here. Oh, that would be a good one. I hope Mylan's here next week too.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I got
baby.
pretty far in it. Like I put
Yeah.
quite a bit of time in it, but I just didn't find I was enjoying it.
Oh, it's going to be an interesting conversation. For the record, again, I actually really appreciate and like a lot about it. I don't want to mislead the audience, but yeah, boy, do I have some real gripes about certain things, and it'll be interesting to hear from folks. Hopefully, I'm almost done. Yeah, it's that. I'm like, I think so. We'll see.
I might have to boot it back
This
up.
next
just to, like,
one,
refresh
this
myself.
next trailer
Yeah, it's in
is the
DC.
most viewed trailer from Gamescom. I'm pretty sure. I think it's 1.7
Really?
million views on IGN.
Oh yeah.
Did you see what it was?
Oh yeah,
It's Lego Batman.
yeah. This game looks great.
This is, yeah, pretty much what everyone When I asked what people are looking forward to, everyone's like Lego Batman, Lego
Yeah.
Batman, because the combat looks like Arkham.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
But that's what's so funny, man. Like it's been. Think about it. I can't believe that. What other than Batman Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad? Like, what was the last like real Batman game other than the VR one? So it's been. I mean, we are starved for like Batman games.
Yeah, we got the
Good
three
ones.
of them, right? It was Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and
Yeah,
what was the third one?
and Arkham. Well, I mean
Arkham
Arkham
Knight?
Knight. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But that's what I mean. That was like 2015 or whatever, right?
Arkham
So
Knight
it's
was a
like-
long time ago.
I think so. Was it?
Yeah.
I think so. Like it's
Yeah.
been a decade. That's all I'm
It's been a
saying. Like,
decade.
yeah, of course people are hyped for any Batman game that looks pretty good.
But the Lego
but
take
the
on
Lego
Batman
games-
is good as well, too. Like, plus we're getting like kind of like an Arkham vibe, like mixed with Lego Batman. Like that's a
Yeah.
fun combo. Like it's easy
No,
to see
yeah,
the
and
fun in that.
To be fair, I'm not discounting. I'm just saying I think there's extra hype on top because of like it's a Batman game that looks cool. But yeah,
Yeah.
the Lego games are notoriously good in a lot
Yeah.
of cases. Like Horizon, right? I think people loved and
I played the
Looks cool.
Such an
was it the
easy
Skywalker
formula.
Saga that came out like right around the PlayStation 5 launch, I feel like. And that was fun. I mean, I didn't play all the way through it, but I played, I don't know, 10, 15 hours of it. I liked it. It was fun.
I just
They make
gotta
fun games.
wait for Leo to be wanting to play these kind of games, because these are games that I want to like play,
Yeah.
that he might like play.
Yeah. Well, the most fun is when they're at the age where they still need your help, Mylan. That's the most fun. They come,
Bro.
like
yep, enjoy it while it lasts.
once they don't need your help anymore,
That's it.
adios.
See you later.
Your heart will break in two for a while.
It's not so
looks
much a
epic.
sudden break. It's a long, slow.
It's a fracture
Yeah.
cracking through the ice.
All right, I've got 3 more if you want to do these.
Yeah.
Valor Mortis, another first-person action adventure. So I think the once again we're using the buzzword. The picture's like a first-person Souls-like. I think Skill Up recently had a review on this as well, but there's a bit of chatter around this. Yeah, from the creators of Ghost Runner.
Yeah.
So they, obviously pretty good at like melee combat, first-person stuff.
Yeah, that's what's interesting, right? It's first person like melee combat.
I haven't seen
Yes.
this before. What is this, like a French Revolution kind of?
Yeah,
Dark
like
Souls
It's
vibe?
Napoleon stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It is, yeah. It's
yeah.
like Napoleon is like a character in it.
yeah, and that's
Okay.
that's kind of the setting for this dark, Soulsy first person.
I mean,
Yeah, that one looked
France
pretty
is
good.
hot this year. France and ninjas this year.
France is hot, dude.
Bro,
Briar needs to make an accolade trailer with that one for sure. Maybe just for this game. It's just like France is hot. And it's like the Briar Rabbit accolade.
This is a first-person shooter with muskets.
but more of a melee combat. It almost looks a little bit like Bloodborne style, where you have a weapon, but it's not like you're not just shooting everything, right? Like
yeah.
you've got a. It's like your offhand weapon with probably limited.
Yeah, I was gonna say what's funny about that when I was watching this in more detail, and yeah, I heard Skillup talking about it a little bit too. I was like, it's funny because he was talking about it in a way that I don't think he's seen Witchfire, and it reminds me a little bit of like Witchfire, right?
Yeah,
Just
a
those
little bit,
iron
but maybe
sights
a little bit more focus on melee, really. A little bit more focus
Yeah,
on
but,
melee,
like,
and
the
parrying and
perspective.
dodging and stuff like that.
and the battle,
Yeah.
right? Kind of
Not a lot of games get first-person melee great.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's hard to pull off, right?
Yeah.
It looks cool for that reason. But yeah, I think it was just like I don't know, it was demos and hands-on type for the press, maybe. I don't know if there was a public demo or anything.
I don't think
It's all
so.
early
Skill Up gave it
impressions,
pretty
but-
positive word.
Yeah.
That's good.
I believe so. Yeah.
All right.
Yep. I only watched a tiny bit of his video, but yeah. You hear about Bubsy 4D?
Dude, I wish I never heard of Bubsy 2D, honestly.
Honestly, the only reason I know about Bubsy is from Video Game Donkey always memeing about Bubsy.
Yeah, how bad it is.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what the story is of Bubsy, but I don't know. This got announced and is people happy about this?
No,
Bubsy
nobody's
4D?
happy about this.
No?
We didn't need Bubsy in the first place. I'll be honest. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Bubsy was
Right.
like he was like a ripoff like mascot character in the mascot character days. Like back in like the
Yeah.
Super Nintendo Genesis days when the mascot platformers were everywhere. There was just like an overabundance of super generic mascot characters, just like Bubsy. And then for some reason, somebody thought it'd be a good idea to bring him into the 3D world, like in Super Mario, 3D style. And that was just a terrible game. And for good reason, he was lost to the sands of time, except for people just dunking on him. I can't imagine why anybody would want to throw money into a game reviving the Bubsy brand, which nobody gives a shit about for any reason other than how shitty those games were.
Okay,
That's probably the play here. I mean, hence
I guess I'll play it.
hence it being named 4D. I mean, I do think they're aware, given that it's named
They're aware?
Bubsy 4D. Yeah.
They're aware. Okay, well, I'm looking forward to playing Bubsy 4D, to be honest, just for the conversation. There were so many games. These are the only ones that took my interest. The last one is PVKK.
Yeah. It's got a longer name than that.
Yeah, but this is the abbreviation. I can't remember how you describe this again. It's like
We talked about
not
this
social
one.
deduction, but like
Oh yeah, this was
you
weird.
gotta-
Briar, have you seen this?
No, I'm
You gotta
watching
make
it
moral
now.
decisions.
I'm really intrigued.
I think it'd be a very Briar game. Yeah. You like
what was that
operating.
game Watts and I
missile
played where
command,
we
right?
had to decide who was aliens and you let them into your house. And it's like a sort of social moral quandary, that
It
kind of
sounds like Paper
story-driven
Please,
game.
but
Yeah, like Paper Please. What do you
Yeah.
call them again? They're like those kind of games.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know.
But yeah, you're in your bunker, I guess.
Okay.
But then you have like all this stuff around you that you have to take care of in addition.
And
your
you operate a
superiors.
giant like howitzer. You
An
operate a giant
anxiety
cannon.
building game.
Is that what it's called?
It's called Real Life.
Here's let's read the Steam description of the core gameplay is described as
Okay.
interact with retro tech cockpit filled with satisfying buttons, levers, dials, and switches. Honestly, you can stop there. I'm in.
Yeah, I kind
Continuing.
of like this.
Yeah. Manage energy generators, scan the skies for enemy vessels, analyze threats, calculate fire trajectories, and execute precise firing procedures with limited resources and a strict regime. Strategic thinking is key to your success.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
liking
apparently there's,
everything
like-
I'm seeing about
Yeah.
this.
Ethics, loyalty, the bunker hides secrets waiting to be discovered. There's
Yeah.
escape room
Yeah.
style puzzles. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know much about it. I'm just reading the page here, but I was when Watts had pointed it out to me, I was like, it sounds very cool. Like
Like the Epcot
I'm all
version
for
of the center version of the future. Like everything about it looks cool.
yeah. I love that it's like a ridiculous. It's PVKK colon. Yeah, we tried to pronounce this last week. I think it looks like a German. In Germany they combine like 7 words into one word and it becomes one word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And that's what PVKK stands for.
Mm-hmm. There you go. That's my Gamescom list.
Yeah, and that was just like what was there, what was big and announced or talked about. But obviously, like the next few months are like packed. We did touch on that too. I don't know. Are you guys looking at September as with a plan of because like Hell Is Us, right? Borderlands 4. Throw out anything else that comes to mind. Silksong. I actually been keeping an eye on what's that first person shooter I always brought up? The like action, like very fast moving Eden. What's it called?
Metal Eden.
Metal Eden. Yeah, that's around the corner, September 2nd, I think. Metal Gear, I think, just came out.
Yeah, I kind of want to
It's
play that.
Busy.
Honestly,
I would like to, but
I'd like to. I don't know if I'll get to it. The I'd
Stay
also
focused
really
on
like to
Expedition
check out
33.
Mafia: The Old Country, which I know hasn't been
Yeah.
getting like super great reviews, but looks kind of right up my alley. Like it just looks like it'd be fun to bang around in that world. And apparently the game is only about 15 hours, which that's great. You know, like I'm in for that.
Yeah. I
Be a
wanted to play it
mobster
too.
for a few hours.
hmm
Yeah, Borderlands 4. I mean, I really didn't like Borderlands 3. I'm really hoping I'm gonna like Borderlands 4 a lot better, but I never know with Borderlands. Like that game.
But did you like Borderlands 2?
Yeah, I
Did you
like
play
Borderlands
the first
2.
ones?
I like
Yeah.
Borderlands. I like Borderlands 1, but I never finished it. Like I could never get through it, but I liked
Yeah,
it.
it's a little more rough around the edges.
Yeah,
But
Borderlands 2, I really like. Borderlands 3, I just found the story to be so annoying.
that's what
I
everybody was really
I could
turned
not
off
get through the
by.
story.
Yeah.
It's funny that it
So
kind of just
I recently played it for the first
yeah,
time.
it
I
like
played Borderlands
glazed
2.
over me.
Get it? Did it? Borderlands 3, loved the combat. They made huge improvements on the combat compared to
Yeah.
Borderlands 2. Like
Yeah, and that's
sliding and sliding
Yeah.
and like movement mechanics and
that's
how
what
your
I was
abilities
focused on.
work.
The skill
It was
trees, you know, and how that worked.
skill
Yeah.
trees night and day. But my fucking god, that story, I just said after 10 hours, like I just can't play this anymore. I just can't do it. If I had a
Yeah,
friend and we were doing co-op and we were yapping the whole time and just turn the dialogue off and run it, sure. But on
Mhm.
stream, like trying to be entertaining, I was like, nah, this ain't it. I gotta go. I gotta go.
I don't know if
Yeah.
that kind of like aesthetic and humor, I don't know if it holds up. Like I think it had a place and a time, and it's just a little bit played out, and they just need to like evolve that a little bit, you know?
After playing Borderlands 2, I think it's fine, but I think the issue is it's so easy to miss. I think that's the issue with this style of comedy.
That's
It's
true.
like the difference between being a hit and being absolute dog shit is so fine. And what defines what that from something going over to the realm of cringy is like undefinable. It's just like you have funny people and you have not funny people. You have cringy stuff. It's just like, do you have really good writers that
But
can be
very few
funny or
people,
do you not?
funny people stay funny for long periods of time.
Yeah.
You know, like think of
And-
like some of your like the comedians that you watched in like 2010. Do you still watch the same comedians? They're probably still performing, but I don't know. I bet you don't watch them anymore.
Yeah. So I don't know.
But they
My,
said
my
they
thoughts on like Borderlands 2 is what it did really well was the characters. I think there are super memorable characters in Borderlands 2 with great designs, and you know, like you meet Scooter and he's got like that like the naked lady hat, and then you realize like it's his sister. You're like, no, that's so like you're like and then you meet his sister's Ellie, it's like this is huge. And you're like, this is kind of funny. You're like, yeah, okay. Like so stupid and so funny. And it's like, but like I said, like it's hard to hit that. It's hard to hit that note. Like that could I think Borderlands 3 just didn't get it right. And I think the thing with Borderlands 3 is they intentionally made annoying villains. And they were so
Yeah.
annoying, people hated them for being annoying. And it's like, well, that you kind of did your job. You did such a good job at making an annoying villain. Everyone hated it and consequently hated the story.
Yeah. After everybody loved Handsome Jack so much.
Yeah. Yeah. I do think the Borderlands 3, Borderlands in general humor is like harder to get right in 2025.
But yeah,
Um,
like for those who haven't heard listening, like they were very focused on correcting that mistake with the story and all that stuff. So that's been all the talk of like them correcting it. I don't know if you've even
Yeah.
read this or they heard that loud and clear. So this one's supposed to be a big correction against that. So
Yeah,
hopefully
mechanically
that'll
it
be
was a
good.
much better game than Borderlands 2. But it just wasn't as fun to be in the world.
Mhm.
So if they can make it fun to be in the world again,
Mhm.
I mean, I'm definitely gonna buy it, try it. Like,
Yeah,
no
and this
doubt
one's
about it.
this one's a lot more open world too. So there's a lot of questions to be answered. But a lot of a lot of creators, they're always the creators in that community are always, I think, excited for more loot and stuff to chew on. But so far it seemed like after all the discussion about the price, the potential price, and
Oh, yeah.
finally once we knew it was $70 or whatever, they stopped talking about it, and then they revealed some stuff of substance, and people were like, oh. actually, it's looking pretty cool overall. And they're already listening to the community, like adding a mini map and all sorts of other little things. So, but yeah, I was bringing up in general, like there's a lot in September. I mean,
Yes.
I wish I could play Silksong and all. I'm probably not going to have them right now. Hell's Us, it looked interesting to me. You brought it up a few times. Probably not as big on my list. But I would love to play Chronos, even if for a little bit. That sort of
me
Dead
too.
Space looking game from the Silent Hill people. Dying Light, the Beast comes out later, I think, in the month. Silent Hill F. There's a lot, and there's a lot more in between that. So didn't know if there was anything on the go.
Helldivers, the ODST
Oh, yeah.
Halo collab came out. I haven't
Yes, and
given it a
next
shot.
week
but
is that Unjust update. Did you watch the trailer for that?
the what update?
Did you see the trailer about like dungeon diving, basically?
For
Oh,
what?
you gotta
Helldivers?
watch it. Yes. So they're adding like cave system, like exploration stuff for an update. I think it's next week. It's called Into the Unjust. Helldivers 2, Into the Unjust. And so this is what's always confusing the way they do it. So they release the ODST. That stuff's out, right, Mylan? It's already
Yeah, but that's
now.
I guess that's like a battle pass thing.
Right. Their Warbond stuff, and the
Their
Xbox
Warbond
version is
stuff.
out now, and that's what's big. But then like it's always confusing the way they do their updates. And then Into the Unjust is like a big update that's it's like little hive worlds you'll be exploring. And it actually looks pretty cool. And that launches September 2nd.
You know what?
Yeah.
I think you've kind of perfectly summarized why it might be confusing, because I saw the ads for this and I assumed it was just the Halo stuff, so I never watched the trailer. But this is something actually completely different.
Right. Yeah. So that definitely check out Into the Unjust. Even I'm not like up to date on like all the details, but yeah, there's like a new giant
we're
new vehicle
going
you're
to their
driving.
world. That's the story.
Mhm.
Rather than defending our planets, we're actually going to
Yeah,
the
but
planets
that's what's
of.
interesting is I thought the Halo stuff, because I'm a Halo fan and Halo supporter, was kind of gonna be like, yeah, maybe I'll hop in. And like honestly, the trailer didn't do it for me. But like to be fair, I've got a lot of other games going on. But then I saw the Into the Just stuff and Unjust stuff. I was like, oh, they're adding like some significant like gameplay diversity, with that.
So does
It
it
looks
change,
like so.
apart from just being in tunnels, does it change what you have to do? Like, is it more like stealth down there?
I couldn't say
Just
without playing it. I've only seen what was in the trailers. I don't know if they've released more extended gameplay, but it
are
did
you going
look.
to play it? Because my issue with Helldivers is I want people on comms. I want to play together with someone.
Yeah, I would absolutely play to check that stuff out. Yes, because I can get.
Okay,
That's
well,
what I like about Helldivers at this point. I've sunk in the 100 hours or whatever.
yeah.
I can easily. I think I've sunk more than that. It's easy to pop in, and the way the leveling system even works too. But yeah, I'd play that for 4 or 5 hours, sure.
Yeah.
And that's what's
Well, the
interesting is
interesting thing
I only
about
like to
being
play.
underneath is I'm assuming you can't call in air support and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a great question. How does like calling in like your abilities work if you're in a cave? I didn't even think of that. That's like a forehead,
I'm
like
gonna have
obvious
to
question.
watch this. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's part
So
of the strategies. You have to get everything before you go in.
yeah, you'll enjoy it because it's a deep dive. It's like an 8-minute like description of what they're doing with this. And again, to be fair, I like glanced at this because I'm like, oh, to my point that led us here. I was like, there's so much coming up, and this is on September 2nd as well. So
A new
good for
kart
them.
racer
More
game
content.
finally. Garfield Kart 2 is coming out
Oh.
finally September 10th. All
I mean,
the
you're
Mario
messing.
Kart fans finally get a good kart game.
Yeah, I need one. I know you're joking, but I need one.
Oh, you guys weren't here for or were you? Did you guys talk about Air Riders, or were you here? No, you weren't.
No.
Air Rider, Kirby's Air Riders, which is like a full-on like another kart game from Nintendo the same year. Yeah, when they can't seemingly
That's
provide
crazy.
dev kits for Shinobi. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they remake this old game and use Sakurai to do it. But actually on that, I mean, it looks like, the old game was like shameful. It literally was meant to be like this one button, like easier to play. It just was not great.
I think in the
This
interview
actually
they,
looks
they
like solid.
forced him to add another button.
Yeah, he talks about that, and then apparently in like the direct, it's like a 40-minute direct on another kart racer with a Kirby theme, but it looks like fast and solid, like a little Smash Brothers-y as a kart racer, right? Which you
Good
would
news,
expect.
it's open world.
Yeah. But he said something to the effect of like, yeah, it's kind of like Mario Kart. And then he just like continued on, like didn't really have a way to describe it other than like, yeah, it basically is really similar.
So you know Mario Kart, and if you replace Mario Kart with Kirby, yeah, it's basically that.
Yeah. There is, I forget what the line was, but it was almost like, yeah, I mean, sort of, but it does look good. I mean, the irony is back in the day, I used to be so much for like, I'd be down for like a bunch of racers from like a bunch of different companies, and like I would try them all out, and it was always fun to see like the variations on.
Well, this is your
'cause
month,
racing
Fran, because
games are
Sonic
fun.
Racing Crossworlds is coming out on September
Oh.
25th.
And Garfield. Whoa.
Surely between
Blowing
all these
my
games,
mind.
I can find a new racing game I can play.
But no, I mean, I like kart racers and stuff. But yeah, it's funny that Nintendo and what meaning we don't know when Metroid Prime 4 is coming out still. And yeah, the dev
it's
kit
coming out
problems are-
this
and they're
year,
like, and
right?
here's another.
Did they say 2025?
It is.
Okay.
That's what they keep saying. Yeah.
All right. So it's got to be
People are
coming out
doubtful
soon.
because, yeah, well, with any luck, we'll get a direct for it. You would think we would get it. I mean, who knows with them? I don't want to say it's the one this month, like because they're kind of doing that thing. Well, usually that's what's interesting about Air Riders. They did, these are some of the first Switch 2 directs, and they're talking about Kirby's Air Riders, which I think is October, right? Yeah. But in any event, meaning
That's
it's like
crazy.
you would expect. Oh no, it's not till November. It is. Yeah, and I was gonna say it's like months forward, so they're kind of setting
Air
you up,
Riders
and
is
it's
in
like,
November?
huh. I think it's November 20th. Yeah, it's just double checking. At first, I
mean,
thought it was October, but
Metroid
no,
can't be
it's
coming
November
out
20th.
later than that.
Which is weird because that's like a major holiday release, and like that is the date that Prime would come out, which has you wondering. Are you going to release Prime before Black Friday, or are you going to pull this like it releases on Christmas Eve for some odd reason, like they hate Metroid? I'm saying this because I wish that it was a launch title, like a premier launch title. Finally got everybody to appreciate,
Yeah.
Prime, which is
Metroid's
just incredible.
like second-rate Nintendo, though. Or according to Nintendo, I think.
I mean, that's how they treat it, though, but it's not.
Yeah.
Prime.
Well, it's not in
is
America,
like,
but I think it is in Japan.
well, right, but it's not how it works anymore, So
Yeah.
But yeah, that is what we're all wondering: is this their big holiday title, and is Prime going to get like pushed or something? But I hope Prime 4 is amazing as the past ones have been. But
Yeah. Are they
just
gonna
make a kart racer
There's
otherwise?
still rumors that there's like a Metroid Prime
More
2 and 3 remake as well.
I haven't seen any substantiated rumors on
No?
that.
All right.
It would make sense, but I mean, maybe you have. But the remaster or remake, yeah, is a better way to put it, was amazing. They
The
did a great
remake was
job with it.
fantastic. I would have loved to see a 2 and 3, but at this point, I just want to play 4. I don't want to play a remake of 2 and 3 like right before I play 4 because that's just like too
Nah.
much Metroid. You know what I mean? Like I want to burn
Yeah.
out on Metroid.
And they put so much work into the remake. It's easy to forget because it looked so good back in 2002. And I
Yeah.
did when I was playing it. And then I looked in and they like redid every room, everything,
Yeah.
new polygons and all, new texture sets, all of that.
It runs so good too, even on the original Switch. I haven't played it on the Switch 2. I'm sure it's even better.
Yeah, probably got a little boost. But I mean, it already, I think, was running. Because it's funny, Metroid Prime ran at 60 back in the day, which was insane. Insane. 480p, 60 frames.
Yeah, and it looked great.
Those were the days.
Would you? I would rather personally get another 2D Metroid though. Like Dread was so good.
It is. It's funny that I'm way on the other side where I'm like, we got enough 2D Metroidvania stuff.
That makes sense.
Not like I would turn it down, but like,
Yeah.
please focus on some 3D Metroid Prime and get, meaning get those games out there, show them some love.
Yeah, that's true.
And even like
Metroid's-
the remakes, I would rather have those remakes before I would have another 2D. I'll put
Yeah.
it in those terms. It's not that I wouldn't love that 2D, but I would rather have those other two first.
Metroidvanias are to Metroid like Souls-like are to like actual Dark Souls games, though. It's like it's kind of the same, but it ain't the same, you know?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's there's a lot coming out, man. It's kind of crazy. Ghost. Oh, did you guys talk about Ghost of Yotei last week?
Probably, but you know,
Like,
I
we're
wasn't
here
here.
for it again.
The only new
we talked about
information that I
Legends.
saw was the Legends mode and how it's coming out later again. It's gonna come out in 2026, which like
Is this
okay,
like the raid?
yeah, this is like the multiplayer stuff, which to me was the best part of Ghosts of
Tsushima.
yeah.
Tsushima.
Like,
What's he gonna say if not Tsushima?
yeah, the first Ghost was a great game. It was a good game. I thought it was a good game, right? It was a good game. The Legends stuff I thought was great. Like it was fantastic. Yeah. I'm a little surprised that they didn't get that stuff in the release day of Ghost of Yotei because it was so good, but like having it come out in
This is
2026.
interesting. So have you really thought that through? And you may have, but like I'm the opposite. I'm like, thank God it's coming out in 2026. Like I want to just play Ghost of Yotei and enjoy it. I don't want to have to worry about this other mode at the same time. And like, it's just too much at once. To be fair, I want to play both and I really like both a ton. But I'm like, to me, it feels like, it almost feels like another release. So I'm glad that it's, it's coming out later. And it's like a free update, which is crazy, right?
It was the first time. I don't know if it will be the second time.
They said it would.
It
will
will
be.
be.
Said it was
Okay,
good. Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I said, I
give me
liked
time
the
to
first
focus on
game, but I loved Legends. Like I thought Legends was fantastic. And if to me, it's almost like a Call of Duty situation where if that game drops and it's got both pieces of content, I won't even play in the single player until I'm well done with the multiplayer.
Yeah, and that's what I'm afraid of. Is like I want to enjoy and not even have people telling me like, "Have you tried Legends?" And I'm like, dude, this is like a 50, 80 hour single player experience for me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
so
it was a long experience, and it had a lot of cool stuff in it. I am looking forward to see like what their second attempt at this is going to be, because like they had some great ideas and like the world undoubtedly beautiful. Some of the storytelling was really good, but like there are some real weaknesses to an open world game, like being almost empty. Like there was just not a lot walking around, and like a lot of the side quests were like random woman crying on the side of the road, go 100 yards down the road and beat up this dude and then come back. Like it was like really basic stuff for an open world game. But then they had all this other awesome stuff like the haiku and the what were those, like the hot baths and the duels,
the spas.
Yeah, the duels were amazing, right? It was like every once in a while but like I don't know, like it had a lot of cool stuff, but it had a lot of stuff that was like, this is like
if you tried to do everything, I see why you felt that way. I mean, I noticed it, but the polish and feel of the gameplay was so nice that there was just like a lot of different ways to approach, and like I always enjoyed, whatever, smoke bomb, stab, zip away, firecrackers, whatever.
The combat was really fun.
Yeah, just because you could like mess around with it a lot. So I never had much of a problem with the side quests being basic, but I also was not on like a quest to do every last one of them.
Yeah.
My thing was actually more the game, without any spoilers here, was like broken into, I believe, like 3 major chapters.
Yeah.
When I got to that third one, I was like, okay, where's like the new thing with the gameplay that's going to be like, what makes this different? And I think it was like it's snowy out or something. And I'm like, well, that's not, I don't want to play like a whole other chapter and it's just snowing.
You've taken away all the color. That was
it's
so
sort of, it definitely was still really good. Yeah, like it's story driven, but I felt like that was the missing heat, if you will. It would have been really nice if they did something to flip that third chapter on its head a bit. And you were like, oh man, you get this new ability that's like, oh, whatever it is. So hopefully, hopefully, see how much I want to play Legends. Hopefully Ghost of Yotei has, pacing wise, is not like too stretched out. It's kind of like you were saying with Mafia even. I'm like, dude, just get it over. Like, let's stick to the good stuff.
Yes, please.
Yeah. And don't
Yeah,
hide a
I
bunch
agree
of
with
good
you.
stuff.
It was a long game.
Yeah.
But I felt like I had to interact with a lot of that stuff because like it was level based
Yeah.
progression. Like you had to do
Yeah.
like so many of these like what are those like forts. Like you just had to like
Yeah.
do these forts.
True.
Like all the forts feel the same, but you got to do them all because you to progress, you got to do them.
Yeah. And you had to, I forget how the skill points and the abilities and all
Yeah, I've
worked.
forgotten too.
Because weren't there some armor set buffs as well, maybe that you were trying to get out of that. But yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I guess you kind of were chasing some of that stuff. So,
But then there's some really cool stuff. Like there was like these like hidden. They weren't shrines exactly, but they're like hidden like areas where you had to like find this like almost like a ghost samurai, and then
Yeah.
kill him to get his armor. And there's like a few things that were kind of hidden off the beaten path, but if you look for them, they were very cool. Like again, there's like really cool
Yeah.
stuff, but the legend stuff was flawless.
Yeah, I mean, and it's so cool because it is, yeah, again, it's completely separate mode. You're like in a demonic fantasy version of Yotei, I guess, and you're well, they're taking inspiration from the what is it, the Yotei 6, or which is kind of like Kurosawa or whatever inspired. So anyway, it's all like totally spun out of that world. They did such a great job with that, and like the co-op and all of it
Co-op
was like
was
so
great.
cool.
The
So I can't.
raid was chef's kiss.
Yeah,
No
we did the
notes.
raid. It was so
It
much
was
fun.
outstanding. Like
It was surprising.
it was really surprising.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they just cooked with Legends, and I can't believe that was free then. And so I can't wait to see what they're doing with this one. Yeah, the bar is set kind of high. I joked about it last week. Maybe it was with Watts, or maybe it was before with you guys even. But I was like, what is, Sony's best live service game? And they don't own Helldivers, but kind of was Helldivers for a while. What is it? There's probably something I'm missing, but I'm like, it's kind of Legends, in a way, even though it didn't turn out to be like an actual live service, but the feel of it for those, call it 3 months or whatever, was like, holy cow.
See, I know nothing about this. I think that came out just as I joined the podcast. I
Really?
want to say I remember you guys talking about it, and I didn't.
You didn't play Legends.
I didn't play it.
Did you play any Ghosts of Yotei? Or not Ghosts
You still
of Yotei,
can.
Ghosts of Tsushima?
I played a little bit of Ghost of Tsushima relatively recently, like maybe the last year or so. I played it. Enjoyed it.
For those who don't realize, the nice
Not
part about Legends. Sorry, what's that?
Oh, I don't know anything about Legends. Like I don't know what it is and what you do in it. And...
Yeah, I was gonna say, for those who aren't clear, like it is not, has nothing to do with like, I gotta play the main game and then I can go to. It's not that. It literally is its own thing, and so you can just play that if you want. And it's got like, I think it had 4 different classes. You earn a bunch of different stuff to set them up, and it has co-op. So if you just want to do like match made 2-player, or you can team up with someone and do like these little story missions in that same style, like sneaking through this little path and getting like short missions done, though. Tons of fun. But then it's got the whole like capture control style, like, but you're fighting PvE, but it's like, we have to get control of this zone, lock this down, go over to that one. And I mean, I'm doing a poor job of describing that part, but it's like 4-player for that stuff.
So it's like,
and
it's co-op.
Yeah.
But with different objectives.
Yeah, but that stuff is, how would you describe that, Briarverse? Because the 2-player co-op, in other words, is traditional like story mission stuff.
Yeah, you go
This
through a
stuff is,
story,
like,
but every
control the area.
You're very much trying to progress like your character progression. Like you're trying to like build, get better gear, get better
which is separate
attributes
from
and armor.
the single
It's all
player.
separate from the single
Totally
player.
separate.
It's completely. You have like.
There's even new stuff in there.
Yeah, new stuff. It's also like the whole tone of it is all like very much like you're fighting demons and like like god samurai, and then like it's got several modes inside of like the regular team stuff where you just kind of like constantly building this character and you're getting more powerful. But then they dropped the raid, and the raid was astounding. Like it was so. It was a Destiny raid
like,
with samurai.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So
they did a bunch of standing on plates and all this. It was crazy. Yeah. But yeah, for further clarity too, the way Legends is unlike the main game in that you start with like crap, rare or uncommon loot, and then rare loot, and then, so to speak. So you're actually waiting to get your gold loot drops and all that stuff. So it's got you'll be getting like the same bow over and over again for a long time, but it'll have like all these different perk sets and you can set up your builds. And then you have 4 different characters. So you might be like, oh, you know what? I'm going to switch to this character type. And it actually did a good job with that too, where I ended up playing like multiple characters. It doesn't, the thing I don't like in a lot of these style games is like you get so locked into like just building one character, but it was just so accessible. And it was not this endless grind. I think that was what I always talked about back in the day, as I was like, oh, I am trying to get to power 450, so to speak, like everybody's doing it as it, but it's so accessible and enjoyable. It is not annoying, and you can
Kind of
do it across
sounds
4
like
characters.
Night Rain with like progression and raids.
Yeah, it's interesting. You know, it's not obviously it's not that format of running around some giant world, but it has some similarities in that sense for sure.
Well, it's
Yeah.
funny because like thinking about that whole is like we've never got where are the Destiny raids with samurais? Like that sounds fucking cool. Like
It was cool.
It is, dude.
It's coming out in
Yeah,
October.
you know,
Yeah.
it's still one of those things. I feel like a lot of games still have not jumped on, and like Destiny's been out for over a decade now, and like the only time you get raids is with MMOs, and even then they're not first person, or they're not shooters, or they're not samurais. They're pretty classical MMOs, and it's like, yeah, we now are starting to see like first person Souls likes. Yeah, okay, we're getting cool bosses now in these other genres. Like, where are the big co-op genres happening? Like, that sounds cool.
It is cool. I'm really
Yeah,
looking
between
forward
that
to
and yeah, I mean, Ghost of Tsushima Legends is so good. I do wonder like what improvements and things they're changing, but it's so good. It's like, why just put Tsushima Legends as well as an option somehow to like why wouldn't you do
build
both
onto it.
again? Like I would totally, yeah. I think the problem would be like however you're building, all these classes, it would take a lot of time, but it's so good. I feel like it almost is a
Yotei,
missed
you don't have the
opportunity.
stances like you did in the first one. You have different weapons, right? So like that's the big gameplay difference.
I don't know. Yeah,
So
I've been.
will
I mean, I know
Legends
I'm
have
playing
like
Yotei, so.
whoa, look at my camera. The Legends
Oh,
will
right.
be
Whoa.
will Legends be like the classes will be different weapons instead of like.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I haven't followed Yotei in terms of how they're changing all that stuff. Like I noticed it's way more aggressive now and stuff. But anyway, suffice it to say, and I think Mylon, you make a good point too. Yeah, like these style of co-op, not live service isn't the right word, but just co-op, match made, yeah. Somewhat live experience type stuff is like there's a lot of room to do it well. It's just it's hard to do.
It's interesting that Night Rain came to my mind because it's like you have Elden Ring, which everyone enjoyed as a single player experience. And then they added, this extra mode with co-op, and then like that was really successful too. And it kind of seems like that's what I never really thought about, like what Ghost of Tsushima did is like you got a single player experience, open world, did really well, but you can take that combat and put it into like a co-op experience with additional objectives, and all of a sudden you got like a pretty good game. So it's like it's kind of interesting because they're developing like two things side by side, or they're developing a really good first person game. It just turns out it translates really good to a co-op game if you allow players to like join each other and give them, a couple common goals, whether it's a raid or a boss or capture the flag or whatever.
Well,
Can I ruin the last boss for Mylan? I just want to describe how good this last boss was.
Yeah.
I don't even remember all the mechanics, but like
In
everybody's
the
like
raid,
standing on plates, like like doing the thing with like random enemies attacking, but then each person gets pulled into like a kind of like a spectral world, and you have to duel the last boss
1v1 showdown,
1v1. And everybody on the team has to do it. I think you had to do it like once or twice or 3 times. But if you fucked up, the whole team fails. And like this is full on like parry.
Oh, I do remember this now.
This is like full on like parry. I gotta bring the A game to the table. And Watts is on the team. She's not.
Ooh, she be yelling at me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I'll be blaming the lag. I'll be blaming that lag.
So, I mean, Mylan, I was going to ask, do you own Ghost of Tsushima?
Yeah, on PS5.
You should. You should put it on your list and like check with your chat, but like it's one of those games I think you'd really enjoy. Just check out Legends for a little bit. You don't have to like go too far in
If
it.
you play with me, Fran, I'll check out Legends.
Oh, dude, I'd be so washed at it. Man, tempting. Let me boot it up maybe and oh man,
Let that simmer
It's-
for a little bit.
just remembering, because here's what I remember every
Same
time
with
I've
you,
gone back.
Briar. Same with you. If you want to boot up
Yeah.
Legends, have a little play session.
Dude, get
Show me the
Watts in. We
ropes.
got a team of 4.
I mean, it
You
would
know?
be nice to brush up a little bit on it, like before the new one comes out in October.
What occurs to me,
we should do one day before Yotei comes out. That'll be fun.
That would be good.
Just a single stream.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got time before the next one too, as well. But I was gonna say either way, it could be one to just like check out. I'm kind of curious what the community's like now, because I assume it's still got some people playing it. But it's an easy one to check out and jump in because
Is it
you don't.
crossplay? Does anybody know? Sorry.
Well, I mean,
didn't mean to
PS4 and
interrupt you.
PS5?
Yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you didn't at all. Well, it is because they never made a PS5 version. I
They
don't
did.
think.
They
So
made
it
a
is
PS5
all.
version.
Yeah, I got
No,
on PS5.
well, they made the. Well, no, it's compatible. I think. I don't think it's like a.
They
It's not
released
like
a
a remaster.
PS5 box.
Patch. We fact check me, chat. I think it literally is just the like, how they like remaster stuff with a patch,
Yeah.
or sorry, it runs at 60 now, kind of thing. I think
Yeah.
that's all they ever did with it. I don't think it's
Okay.
ever gotten like more
Is
than
it?
that.
Do you know if it's crossplay between PS5 and PC?
Oh,
Did it come out on
that's what you're
PC?
saying,
Actually, I
it's
don't
on
even know if
PC.
it did come out on PC.
No, it's a good point. Wait, did it? That's what you're asking. Did it come out on PC?
I think so.
You guys all
Yeah,
have
it
it
did.
on
It did a
console,
long
right?
time ago.
Yeah.
It took like
yeah.
years on that one, which was surprising.
Yeah, I have it on
that didn't come out.
PS4.
It just came out maybe last year, even something like that.
Yeah, 2024 May
on PC.
on PC.
But don't play it on PC.
No,
just
I've got it
in
on
case.
PlayStation 5.
Yeah. Because
I mean,
what
I would
if
buy it
something
again to
carries over
play
to
it.
the new
Play
one?
it again. Honestly, it's so good.
Yeah.
I would buy
Yeah,
it
I mean,
again.
I guess you don't have to, like I was saying, you don't have to like grind to just check out Legends. I mean, you might get into the grind, but anyway, to cap that off, I was going to say I remember very specifically taking a break. Maybe it was even from Legends. Yeah. And coming back and trying to play. Maybe it was even for the raid. And I was like, oh man, there's so many like shift control button things. There's like each button is a shift that like lights up your 4 buttons, which is awesome. And once you get it in your brain, you're like L2 plus triangle smoke bomb, I got it. And you don't even think about it. But the coming back to it, I'm like, whoa, man, I got to like replay. That's probably the hardest part about Legends. I wonder how they set that up. Like, it's hard to know how to control anything at first.
Is it a little tutorial if you just start playing Legends?
I feel like you had to play the main game and assume that you like.
How do
the
you
basics,
play it?
but
Is
I
it
don't know.
inside the game as a different option, or is it?
It's just in the menu. Yeah, like
yeah, I think it was just in the menu.
enter Legends mode. It literally is like boom. So it's
Right.
awesome. So yeah, don't
Because it has
Hey,
nothing to
everyone
do
try
with
it.
the story of the main game. It's like completely different story, completely different characters.
Talking
Yeah, I
about
don't-
complete off spins. Do you remember Division had the survival modes?
I was gonna
Yeah.
bring that up.
Yeah, they've announced. Well, they've said that they're working on a survival mode for Division 2.
I will be there for
Just-
that. I will
it's like they
absolutely
were
be there
listening.
for that.
Yep.
I
only
still have a
recently
copy of
played
that.
it.
I think it's on
I
PS4.
I recently played it on PC, and I've always said this: they had the extraction genre nailed before it was popular.
Yeah.
Like, it's good. It is a fun core gameplay loop. It's very light because I guess it was just like an additional mode.
Yeah.
But like, it was there with what you'd want to play. And there was no one in my servers either, playing like basically by myself. But it was a gorgeous looking mode in Division 1 survival.
That game was good looking. Division 2 was good looking too. The move out of the winter New York City.
Yeah, the snow winter.
It was such an iconic look for that game.
Yeah.
The move to Washington DC, like, was that summertime, springtime?
Yeah.
It just, I don't know, it didn't quite have that.
Well, the winter stuff's perfect for a survival mode.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, we were talking about this exact topic. It was like, how do they not just,
Run with that.
like make that in Division 2? Like everybody wants this, like how do they not do this? Especially
I
with
didn't even know about it until I
everything.
started playing, and
Mhm.
people were like, not a single person like, yeah, I didn't like that. Everyone's like, bro, I love survival. I loved it. It was
the
my
best
favorite.
part
Yeah,
of that game.
It's like, what?
Little internet
Oh,
issue there for
I'm
me.
back.
Did you guys get that?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got bleep bleep bleep.
It's the
Um,
emus. They're taking out the phone lines.
But yeah, in other words, like, yeah, like extraction stuff started to like run away. It was so popular. And we were saying this exact thing. I was like, how are they just not making it again, And so here they are. And all they said is like, well, we're working on it. I don't think it's got a release window or anything, right?
How long has Division
No.
2 been out now?
That was
I want to say
2020.
2019.
No. Oh, no, you're right. Warlords of New York was 2020, I think.
Yeah,
The DLC.
how many people are
it was the
still
same
playing
year
that
as
Because it was the
Taken King.
pandemic and yeah.
Same year as Taken King.
How many people
are
still playing
that
Division 2?
game?
They've been doing a really good job with like cultivating new seasons and like
Yeah.
listening to player feedback. And clearly what they realized was they've got a road to Division 3, which they're working on somewhere out there. And like this is all part of that. Is like, how do we keep this player base energized? And that is, I'm getting the sense they understand it. Like this is worth the investment. You've got games that are easily a decade old, that people still play. So they've definitely been investing more in it, but it's, part of the Ubisoft craziness. So who knows with them?
Yeah, I mean it's pretty. I think it's got a pretty established like niche community. I would say pretty similar to Destiny. A little bit less popular, I would say. But when
Yeah, I
I
would
was
think it's less
getting into
popular.
it and like looking up YouTube videos, there were creators that were, had put out a video that was getting 100,000 views. I'm like, for a
Mhm.
build video, I'm like, that's pretty good for a
That's
game
great.
that came out, 6 years ago,
Yeah.
whatever. So
Small but mighty is what I would say with the Division 2 audience.
Yeah.
And it's like ripe for, that's what's interesting. It's ripe for a killer single player, like, right? A gorgeous set in Chicago, all the UI. And I mean, that's what's so cool about Division, the sound, you were talking about it when you came back to it, Mile, when I first played it. And like, so the campaign, and then you've got all of the like grind based stuff, this live servicey stuff, but then you've got stuff like survival. You got PvP with the dark side. It's got it all. They just have to get it done right and done well. I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't want that task where it's like listening to what I just said. It's like, yeah, we just need you to do all of that,
Yeah, just do it all.
But it could. I mean, they could make a
And make it look
movie
cool.
out of this as well, right? They've got it all with the Division if they do it right. So
They do.
I do love that franchise, as you can tell. So looking forward to the next one. Yeah, if you remember that Star Wars Outlaw was, I think, helmed by Julian was the game director, and he came from that Division, leading that team, and is now gone back and is working on Division 3 or whatever it's
Did you
gonna
guys
be
play any
called.
of that Outlaws?
It's on my list. I actually really want to, because I heard like once you got deeper into it, it was pretty cool, but there was a lot of mixed feedback.
I played like the first 5 hours, and it was super unimpressive. It was
that's
like
what people say.
Yeah,
They've
it's like
patched a lot, I guess.
super hard to get into. It's also the main character just sucks. Like just sucks.
Right.
Yeah, it's like you want me to buy that you're like an outlaw, like a Han Solo type, like out for your own, but all you do is nice things for people. So it's like, I'm not buying this whole like outlaws thing,
Too nice.
Yeah.
Very
I mean,
nice.
give me I'm okay with having like a good guy like in the guise of a rogue, but like if you just start off by being nice, like I'm not buying it.
Well, maybe when you play longer, it turns total heel later. So
That
you don't know.
that could be a fun
I doubt.
turn.
I think you're probably. Maybe that's what people are saying. It's better later. Just wait.
I don't know. I only put like a few hours into it. I would like to put more, because the gameplay is kind of cool in an Ubisoft
Yeah, I do
open
wanna
world
play
kind
it.
of way.
Yeah. That's what everybody talks about. Ubisoft can't get away from like that kind of phrasing, and like it's a Ubisoft open world.
Yeah.
where they went from like, oh, they did such an awesome job for a while with Assassin's Creed, and then it was like, is too much. And Far Cry, everything is the same like formula.
Yeah, Shadows was kind of last straw for Assassin's Creed for me. I won't even buy the next one until I see some major changes to that.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's too bad. Too bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's late. Should we wrap this
Yep.
one up?
I'll be on it.
Mylan, you okay?
I'm fine.
You gonna
I'm
make it?
good.
All right. Just want to make sure.
I gotta guess. I'm getting hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's gonna be eating like that emu. Don't try not to choke.
Yeah, I got an emu pie waiting for me.
Are they good eating?
I don't think I've ever eaten emu.
Are they edible?
I
I
assume
think
so.
so.
Everything's
Big
edible.
old
if you try hard
drumsticks,
enough, right?
Just like a big turkey.
Big drumstick.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week. Thank you. Bye.
See ya. Bye.
But